What if I told you that the very thing you desperately want is running away from you because you want it so badly? Stay with me here because this is about to flip everything you thought you knew about manifestation completely upside down. I want you to be brutally honest with yourself right now. Close your eyes for a second and imagine this. You just won the lottery. $30 million. Enough money to never work another day in your life if you're smart about it. How do you actually react? Not how you think you should react. How do you really feel in your body right now? I asked a client this question years ago during a therapy session, and her answer shocked me. She said, "Rose, I would completely lose my mind. I would be screaming, then panicking, then I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I'd be absolutely unhinged." And here's the thing, she wasn't being dramatic. She was being honest in a way most people never allow themselves to be. Now you might be judging her right now, but hold on, because the person who would genuinely feel calm, relaxed, and think, "Great, I'm set now," that person is incredibly rare, and I mean rare. Most people, if they're being real with themselves, would spiral. They'd feel anxious, overwhelmed, maybe even terrified. And here's where it gets interesting. You might think, well, Rose, that's because most people are broke. They have scarcity mindsets. They've never seen that kind of money. But that's way too surface level. That's not what's actually happening here. Look at Big Brother winners. Look at lottery winners. Some people come from absolute poverty and build quiet empires with their winnings. Others come from upper middle class families with every advantage and blow through millions in months. So it's not about your financial background. It's not about scarcity beliefs around money. What is it then? This is the part that changed everything for me, and I promise it's going to change everything for you too. It's about how safe you feel in your body. Not safe financially, safe emotionally, safe in your being. And when I say safety, I'm talking about something much deeper than what any mindset coach has ever told you. I'm talking about your earliest experiences of love and connection. See, there's a huge difference between a money scarcity belief and a love scarcity wound. A money belief? That's relatively easy to reprogram. Go hang out in wealthy spaces, change your references, shift your environment. Any basic coach will tell you that, and honestly, it works to some degree. But the core of your insecurity, the real reason you can't relax into abundance, has nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with how you learn to connect with other humans when you were too young to even remember it consciously. Think about this. A child who grew up with very little money but felt genuinely loved and supported by their parents or caregivers. That kid grows up believing they can create opportunities. They feel like the universe has their back. Even when things get hard, there's this internal foundation that says, "I'll figure it out. I'm supported." But a child who never felt that safety, who never had that experience of falling asleep at a family gathering, hearing the adults talking in the other room, feeling that warm blanket of, "I'm protected, I'm held, I belong." That child grows up trying to control everything because they never learned what it feels like to let go. And here's the brutal truth that nobody talks about. That child becomes an adult who cannot relax, cannot receive, cannot allow good things to simply flow to them without gripping, grasping, and ultimately pushing those things away. Let me paint this picture more clearly because I need you to really get this. The person who didn't receive emotional safety in childhood develops a very specific pattern. They substitute affection for power. Think about that. When you can't get love, you chase achievement. When you can't feel held, you try to hold everything together yourself. When you never learned that you matter just for existing, you spend your whole life trying to prove you matter through success, money, status, accomplishments. And to the outside world, this person looks like they're crushing it. They're the entrepreneur working 18-hour days, the overachiever with the perfect Instagram life, the person everyone admires for their drive and ambition. But inside, they're running on empty. They're not manifesting abundance. They're running from a wound. They're not attracted to success. They're addicted to the feeling of power because it temporarily numbs the ache of never feeling truly loved. And here's the trap. This person becomes dependent on feeling powerful. The moment they don't feel in control, the moment they can't prove their worth, they collapse. Because the power was never real. It was just a painkiller. Now, some of you watching this had loving parents, but you took that love for granted. You became what I call emotionally spoiled. You thought love was like oxygen, always there, never something to appreciate. So you got bored with love and chased power instead. You dismissed the affection you received and went hunting for achievement because it felt more exciting. Different path, same destination. An inability to simply be. An inability to receive. An inability to relax into the flow of life. This is why manifestation doesn't work for most people. Not because they're doing the techniques wrong, not because they don't believe hard enough, but because their nervous system literally cannot handle receiving what they're asking for. Now, here's what every manifestation guru gets wrong, and this is important, so pay attention. They tell you to act as if. Pretend you already have the thing. Feel the feelings of already being wealthy, loved, successful. And for some people, this works beautifully. But for most people, especially those with attachment wounds from childhood, this advice actually makes things worse. Why? Because when you tell someone who doesn't feel internally safe to pretend they won the lottery, you're not helping them relax. You're adding more pressure, more responsibility, more weight on a foundation that's already cracking. They try to feel abundant, but their body screams danger. They try to relax into receiving, but every cell is bracing for disappointment. They try to vibrate higher, but they're exhausted from performing emotions they don't actually feel. This is why the title of this video is so important. You manifest when you don't need it. Not because the universe is cruel and plays games with you, but because the energy of not needing something is the energy of already having it. The person who feels loved doesn't desperately chase love. The person who feels abundant doesn't frantically grasp at money. The person who feels worthy doesn't exhaust themselves proving their value. They attract because they're not repelling. They receive because their hands are open, not clenched. They manifest because their energy says more of this please, rather than, I'm terrified this will never happen. So the question becomes, how do you become someone who doesn't need the thing? How do you fill yourself up from the inside so that external abundance becomes a natural overflow rather than a desperate pursuit? I'm going to give you 3 specific practices that will begin to rebuild your emotional foundation. These aren't quick fixes, they're not manifestation hacks. They're deep reprogramming tools that address the actual root of why you can't relax into receiving. Practice number 1, start genuinely appreciating whatever love currently exists in your life, no matter how small it seems. I had a follower who became a dear friend. She did my manifestation workshop and everything in her life started shifting. When we first talked, she wanted love, partnership, family, the whole picture. And she said to me, Rose, I have nobody. It's just me and my dog. I asked her, do you love that dog? She said, I love her so much. I said, does she love you? Her voice cracked. She loves me more than anything. I told her to start there. Every single day, morning and night, pour gratitude into that relationship. Thank you for this love. Thank you for this companionship. Thank you that I'm not alone, that I have this pure connection. She did it religiously. She didn't just think it, she felt it. She let that love actually land in her body instead of dismissing it as just a dog. Today, she's married to an incredible person. They have a beautiful, healthy baby. Her home is full of love and laughter and connection, and it started with a dog. You might be thinking, but Rose, I don't even have a pet. Then find where love does exist. Maybe it's a friend in another city. Maybe it's a church community. Maybe it's a barista who always remembers your order. Maybe it's a tree you walk past every day that makes you feel peaceful. The universe doesn't leave anyone completely without sources of love, but we dismiss the small ones while waiting for the big ones. And that dismissal is exactly what keeps the big ones away. Practice number 2, start thanking the universe for relationships that don't exist yet, but thank in present tense, not future. This is different from fake it till you make it. This is about speaking to reality in a way that opens doors instead of keeping them locked. Every day, say this: thank you for all the people in my life with whom I can be completely myself. Thank you for authentic connections where I don't have to perform or pretend. Thank you for relationships where I am seen and loved exactly as I am. The first few times you do this, it might feel like a lie. You might cry. Old memories might surface of all the times you couldn't be yourself, all the people who rejected the real you. Let that come up. That's the healing happening. Keep doing it. Keep thanking. And at some point, I can't tell you when because it's different for everyone, you'll say those words and they'll feel true. Not because you convinced yourself of a fantasy, but because the gratitude actually shifted something in your energy field. When that shift happens, watch what starts showing up. New people, old connections that suddenly deepen, opportunities for authentic relating that seem to appear out of nowhere. This works because we don't ask the universe for things in the future. The future never arrives. It's always now. So when we thank for what we want, as if it's already here, we collapse the distance between wanting and having. Practice number 3, start dissolving the armor you built to protect yourself from love. This is the hardest one, so I saved it for last. Many of you built walls around your heart for very good reasons. People hurt you, love felt dangerous, vulnerability got you burned, so you armored up. You decided that power was safer than connection. Achievement was more reliable than affection. Independence was better than the risk of abandonment. Those walls kept you safe. I'm not going to tell you they were wrong, but they're also keeping out the very thing you're trying to manifest. Here's how you know if this is you. Your desires feel urgent, desperate, consuming. You want with an intensity that never feels satisfied. That intensity isn't passion, it's compensation. You're trying to fill with wanting what should be filled with having. As you do the first two practices, appreciating current love and thanking for future love, you'll naturally start to feel those walls soften. You'll notice your wanting becoming less frantic. Your desires will still be there, but they'll feel more like preferences than emergencies. And here's the magic. When desire goes down, fear goes down too. They're connected. The desperate wanting and the desperate fearing are two sides of the same wound. When you're filled up with love, real love, felt love, embodied love, you stop chasing and grasping and controlling. You start receiving. And that is when manifestation becomes effortless. Not because you mastered a technique, but because you healed the thing that was blocking you all along. Now I need to address something because I can hear some of you thinking it. But Rose, this means I have to wait until I'm healed to manifest anything? That could take years. No, the healing is the manifestation. Every moment you spend appreciating love, you're manifesting more love. Every time you thank for authentic connection, you're drawing it closer. Every wall that softens is another door that opens. You don't heal first and then manifest. The healing process is the manifestation process. They're the same thing. And here's what I want you to really understand. You are always loved and supported by life itself. I know that might be hard to believe if your childhood taught you otherwise. I know it might feel like spiritual nonsense if you've been hurt badly, but it's true nonetheless. The love you're seeking isn't somewhere out there waiting for you to earn it. It's the fabric of existence itself. You're swimming in it right now. The only question is whether you'll let yourself feel it. Those people who should have shown you love and didn't, their failure doesn't define your worth. Their limitations don't determine your capacity to receive. You are an adult now, and you get to choose differently. You get to open. You get to soften. You get to let yourself be held by life, even if humans failed you. The ancient saying goes, those who want everything get nothing, and even what they have is taken away. It sounds harsh, almost cruel, but now you understand why. The desperate wanting is a symptom of love starvation, and that starvation energy repels abundance, not as punishment, but as physics. You can't receive with a closed fist. So where do we go from here? If this video is resonating with you, and I mean really resonating, not just intellectually interesting, but hitting something deep, then you're ready for deeper work. I have over 400 free videos on this channel that will help you continue this journey. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of them. Every video is designed to help you access your true self, not a better version of you, not another mask to perform, but the real you that's been buried under all that armor. If you want structured guidance, my program Recode Your Limiting Beliefs walks you through a complete 3-phase process of identifying, dissolving, and replacing the patterns keeping you stuck. Link is in the description. But even if you never buy anything from me, even if you just take these 3 practices and do them consistently, your life will change. I've seen it happen hundreds of times. Now here's what I want you to do right now. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these 3 practices you're going to start with, not which one sounds nice, which one hit you the hardest, which one made you uncomfortable. That's probably the one you need most. And if this video helped you see yourself differently, even just a little bit, hit that like button. Not for me, for the algorithm. So this message can reach other people who are exhausting themselves trying to manifest from an empty cup. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. You probably know exactly who that person is. They popped into your mind while you were watching. You deserve to feel relaxed. You deserve to receive easily. You deserve to know in your bones that you are loved and supported, not because you earned it, but because you exist. That's not delusion. That's your birthright. Now let's go reclaim it together. I'm Rose from Recode Yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Go be gentle with yourself today. You've been fighting long enough.